It's the weekend here at Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, August 18th, 2017. Let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I saw a documentary about Utah once that showcased some of the natural wonders that the Beehive State has to offer. But if you ask me, all those things still pale in comparison to the natural wonder that is Utah's very own figure superstar, Heather Dees. Early Monday morning, Dees was spotted grinding out another brutal back training workout as she gears up to make her first trip back to the Olympia stage since 2013. Thus far, it's been a resurgent season for Dees, who seems to have gotten back to that old Heather Dees magic she had during that spectacular run she had a few years ago. By all accounts, Dees is sitting pretty much right where she needs to be at this point in time, and a top 6 Olympia finish would really go a long way towards solidifying her place again as one of the most dangerous athletes in the division. They say that champions have a way of getting tunnel vision when it comes time for them to dig deep down and do what champions do. And I have to say, that sure does seem to be the case for two-time defending figure Olympia champ Latonia Watts. After being on the wrong end of the biggest upset of the season, it seems like Watts has refocused that inner champion and is really pulling out all the stops in pursuit of figure Olympia title number 3. Time and again in the past, we've seen Watts find a way to kick things up into another gear the closer she got to the big dance. But now that she's got both her legacy and reputation on the line, I'd be shocked if we didn't see Latonia Watts come out and deliver one of the strongest performances of her entire career. I'm already on record as saying that I think this year's Women's Physique Olympia is going to wind up being one of the most explosive events of the entire weekend. And thankfully, I've got athletes like Sheronica Henton out there helping to make my predictions look really good. After really exploding onto the scene with her huge second-place finish at the Arnold Classic to kick off the season, Henton followed it up with an even more powerful performance a month later at the Charlotte Europa Pro, where she marched to an impressive victory. Over the weekend, Henton took the stage at the Kentucky Open as the evening's featured guest poser and absolutely brought the house down with a routine everyone in the building will be talking about for a very long time. Right now, I think Sheronica Henton might legitimately be the most underappreciated athlete in all of women's physique. But a top 5 finish at the Olympia in a few weeks would sure do a lot to change all that now, wouldn't it? I don't know if it's still true that shows are won and lost from the back, but apparently Charles Dixon still thinks it is. Late Tuesday night, the Tank was spotted absolutely smashing back session number 2 for the day as he starts trying to chisel in a few details on one of the 212 division's nastiest physiques. Throughout his career, Charles Dixon has been one of those athletes who always seems to get better and better as he competes. And the look he brought into the Chicago Pro a few weeks back was probably the most complete from front to back that we've seen from him all season long. In each of his last 3 Olympia appearances, Dixon's been able to place top 10 or better in some really deep lineups. So if a few pieces start to shift around the chessboard, Charles Dixon is one of those guys who has the talent to jump up to the top 5 in a heartbeat. At the end of the day, what it all boils down to is that competing at the highest level isn't about the attention or the trophies, and it's definitely not about the money. It really all comes down to how badly you want to improve each and every time you set foot up there on that stage. And trust me when I tell you this, Species Nutrition athlete Sondra Blockman wants it as bad as anybody. This week, some new progress photos dropped of the rising bikini star, where we see her showing off some of that fruits of her labor. Over the last few weeks, we've seen Blockman's physique really start to transform, so don't be surprised if she pops up at an event a few weeks from now and flips the entire top 5 upside down.